Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman, the podcast that deals with the early life of J.R. Hendrick. This episode is J.R. Hendrick on the Andrew House Show. Now that I'm done with my 10-minute monologue here in Louisville, Kentucky, I'm here with a very special guest, James Ryan Hendricks Jr., who has published his book by Dave Farmer Publishing in Midland, Texas. James Ryan Hendrick. JR, how are you? I'm doing just fine. JR, beyond writing this just for an advocacy paper, what was your reasoning behind writing it? Well, I've seen the economic and moral and political climate decline ever since, the 1960s, at least. And I wanted to chronicle that with case law and economic data. No doubt secondary economic data. Really, it would have to be secondary because I don't have really the statistical know-how to really collect and analyze it myself. So, of course, the economic data show that tax cuts, that stimulates economic growth. And despite the Democrat tax the rich crowd, indeed it does. But there's more than just that. It's a moral climate that you see as a problem. People want to say that America is number one. Well, since we took God out, it's number one, all right. I got this from the Department of the Institute for Advanced Policy Studies up in Dallas. My analysis is that they're based on the statistical data. Number one in teenage pregnancy and violent crime. Number one in illiteracy, drug use, and divorce. And also, in their pro-life arm, we can tell that every day a new Holocaust of 5,000 unborn die. And you'd have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to know that pornography is flooding not just our streets, but even in some ways online, like open sewers. So in your book, what do you say is a solution? I think it's something that God-fearing Christians and the people that want to put character back in leadership, it's time for them to rise up, and speak up. Because otherwise, America is going to continue to decay. I mean, we need to sound the alarm from houses of worship up to the White House, saying that America needs to be renewed. And your idea of America being renewed is bringing back the spiritual component, putting God back in the public square. Exactly. Now, JR, your father tells me that you are bound for law school. Would you please tell us which law school? I have been accepted to Texas Tech Law School. And do you know what you're going to do after law school? Well, maybe for a time work for my father. But then beyond that, I don't know. I plan on only working for him maybe a year, maybe two. But you don't have any grand plans, like, say, politics. I think about it. Believe it or not, had a school teacher and my mother who taught me how to recite all presidents of the United States. Of course, we don't have time on this program to talk about these things. But you seem to be a bright young man with a good future ahead of you. And now I'm aware that you received a cum laude mark. But I've shared parts of your book with my audience. And basically what I and some of my crack research staff is cum laude don't give it justice. Well, those in the halls of academia, they have their standard for how a paper is to be written. But one thing I'm looking for in law school is a legal writing standard is going to be a lot different. Praise the Lord. I think that's good. All right, then. We'll be back. With your phone calls. This is the Andrew House Show. Hope you enjoy listening to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Gentleman. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of the adventure. This is the James Hendrick Empowerment Network saying, get ready for the rest of the story. It's going to get bumpier from here.